Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present an insight into the historical development and current challenges of the place Gom today. The lecture will cover several topics, from the beginning of settlement, agriculture development, the current restoration project, and future plans for sustainable use. Gom derives from the Slavic word klam, meaning hill. Two hills, a 57-meter-high Ehrenpfortenberg and the 60-meter-high Reyerberg, were likely the namesakes. Slaves settled here from the 9th to 11th centuries, followed by German settlers. The first written mention of Gom dates back to 1289. The inhabitants mainly lived from the agriculture. The oldest find is a draw wagon discovered during excavation on Ehrenpfortenberg. Few such pieces exist from the Bronze Age. Today, Gom is part of Potsdam. Potsdam experienced an economic revival in the 19th century, which also influenced the surrounding countrified area. By the late 19th century, the Nauner suburb of Potsdam developed, where bourgeois and noble property owners had their representative retreats. At the same time, Gand received a train and bus connection, and the construction of water and gas pipeline began. At that time, Gand was a popular excursion destination with restaurants and a slide hill. In the surrounding villages, there were numerous individual projects, such as country house villas. These new buildings generally harmonized with the existing landscape. The Barak Avenue, west of the New Palace in Potsdam, was redesigned in 19th century into a four-row Linden Avenue. Today, this avenue is a part of the UNESCO World Heritage. One part was converted into a bike path in 2040. The avenue is an impressive example of historical garden art and significantly contributes to the region culture identity. This avenue connects Potsdam with Bonn. Many houses in Potsdam are now under monument protection. Compared to the development in the village like Bonn, the monument ensemble was a representative residence with an extensive garden, consisting of a utility and ornamental garden. The country house villa with a garden house was built between 1991 and 1910 on the slope of Ehrenkortenberg and is the only house with floral ornamentation in Gone. A small number of vine, hope plants, and fruit trees have survived in the former utility garden to this day. In Gone, the following buildings are now on the monument list: Old Church, New Church, Villa without building, Country House, Cultural House for the Ministry of State Security, now Seminar Building with Auditorium Maximum of Potsdam University. Until the 18th century, Gone was a place of wine and later hope cultivation. This is reflected in the house ornaments, depicting vine plants, roses, and stylized flowers. Other ornamentation include a laughing and a sad moon and the sun on the south and west side of the facade, reflecting the resistance connection to nature and agriculture. From the mid-1930s, the Walter Wewe Kaserne was built in Gronn, later used by the Luftwaffe Air Communication Department and then by the Ministry for State Security. Since 1991, Potsdam University has taken over many properties. This repurposing helped preserve the historical building and give them a new function suitable for modern use. The barrack buildings were rebuilt and renovated to meet the university's requirements, demonstrating how historical buildings can be adapted to modern needs without losing their character. The monument ensemble, including the villa with outbuilding, is listed as a monument, and restoration began 2005 after property issues were resolved. Restoration of the villa, exterior and interior, and the garden house was presided by conservation studies starting in October 2005. Evaluation took place during many discussions at professional conferences with monument conservators, architects, and restorers. Ornament and motif drawings on facade areas could be reconstructed. The exposed wooden beams were severely damaged and had to be replaced. Interior alterations from the 70s were reversed to restore their original state. Wooden floors from the construction period were uncovered and restored. Windows and doors were also comprehensively restored and in some cases faithfully replaced. Current challenges include adapting listed buildings to modern needs, such as using renewable energy. In June 2023, the Monument Protection Act was amended to allow photovoltaic systems on listed buildings. To cover the list resistance and its outbuilding to a climate-friendly future by avoiding CO2 emission, an application for a photovoltaic system and use of the solar power has been submitted to the Monument Office. The photovoltaic system is planned for the outbuilding of the monument complex, with the roof area not visible from the street. This ensures that the monument's characteristic appearance is unchanged. Potsdamer Science Park is one of the leading life science locations in the capital region, Berlin-Brandenburg, and has significantly transformed Gronn. In 3 further current construction projects, generous new office and laboratory spaces are to be created around the already existing institutes and Potsdam University. These developments contribute to the region's economic and scientific extension and create new jobs. Another project in Gronn is a restoration project, the Old Church. This restoration project of the Old Church is an inspiring example of community's commitment to preserving its cultural heritage. Through intensive conservational preliminary studies and the now commenced restoration, a significant piece of history is being preserved. In the future, the old church is to become a place of cultural encounter where people can come together to experience art, music, and community. Such projects are an important contribution to enhancing cultural awareness and promoting social cohesion. The successful implementation shows how tradition and progress can go hand in hand to keep our shared value and history alive. The Monument Ensemble shows that comprehensive restoration and conservation measures are necessary to preserve cultural heritage despite largely being spared from the wartime and post-war destruction. At the same time, it is important to integrate modern technologies such as photovoltaic systems to meet energy demands. Even if new building in the modern Potsdam Science Park serves as models, the built cultural heritage should be equipped with new technology in a manner fitting for monument preservation. This requires careful planning and cooperation between monument conservators and restorers to preserve the historical character of building while meeting the 21st century requirements. Integrating modern technology into historical buildings presents a particular challenge but can be mastered with the right approach. Balance between preservation and innovation must be found to maintain cultural identity while ensuring a sustainable future. Thank you for your attention.